Mountaineer Game Day is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
No league does big-time ball quite like the Big 12. The Mountaineers were reminded of that last week, and today they'll face their toughest test yet. The reigning national champs are in Morgantown and look as dangerous as ever. But when West Virginia squares off with Kansas at the Coliseum, there's never a shortage of surprises and drama. 10 times the Jayhawks have journeyed to almost heaven. The Mountaineers have won 6. Today, they can prove they once again have what it takes to slay a giant. This series has produced gold and blue heroes before. Who will seize the moment today? Right now, Mountaineer Game Day is live across the Mountain State to preview WVU versus Kansas.
We're 0-4. We very well could be 3-1. I think this team is going to be a good team.
No one is happy with the way the Mountaineers have started Big 12 play. They're 0-4, and they've already had a major shakeup on their bench. Still, Bob Huggins' confidence in his team hasn't wavered. Today, the Mountaineers are in Norman to take on the Sooners. In order to end their losing streak, they'll have to disrupt one of the most efficient teams in the conference. Right now, Mountaineer Game Day is live across the Mountain State to preview West Virginia versus Oklahoma. After 5 straight losses, the Mountaineers finally earned their first Big 12 win. They took down nationally ranked TCU after fending off a late comeback bid. Now, Bob Huggins wants his team to hold serve at home again. Today, another ranked foe invades the Coliseum. Despite a coaching change during the season, the Texas Longhorns are rolling. They're the number 7 team in the land, and they've won 9 of their last 11 games. Another sellout is on the way in Morgantown. Can the old Gold and Blue make it 2 wins in a row? Right now, Mountaineer Game Day is live across the Mountain State to preview West Virginia versus Texas. 5 games remain in the regular season, and West Virginia is squarely on the bubble. The mission is straightforward, but it won't be easy. The Mountaineers have to grab more wins to get to the big dance. Today, a rematch in Morgantown against the resurgent Red Raiders. After a dismal start to conference play, Texas Tech has caught fire with back-to-back wins against ranked teams. Meanwhile, the Mountaineers have dropped 2 in a row, and they need to get back on track. But lately, home is where the wins are for Bob Huggins' team. They'll hunt for one today in front of another sold-out crowd. Right now, Mountaineer Game Day is live across the Mountain State to preview West Virginia versus Texas Tech.
Mountaineer Game Day is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
After a much-needed win over Oklahoma State, West Virginia remains on the bubble. An NCAA tournament berth is still within reach if the Mountaineers can keep winning. But a victory today on the road at Kansas would be unprecedented. The Jayhawks are who they always are around this time of year. Paced by the Big 12's top scorer, they once again lead the pack in the race for the regular season title. And as Bob Huggins says, things always seem to go their way at Fog Allen Fieldhouse. A win for the Jayhawks moves them one step closer to another title, but an upset for the old Gold and Blue could be enough to lock up a ticket to the big dance. Right now, Mountaineer Game Day is live across the Mountain State to preview West Virginia versus Kansas.
Mountaineer Game Day is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
The regular season finale. One final home game for the Mountaineers, and for some, one final chance to walk down the carpet. But this ending could be a new beginning. Win this one, and an NCAA tournament berth is within reach. Today, the Mountaineers host Kansas State. Jerome Tang's Wildcats are one of college basketball's biggest surprises. Earning a victory over this ranked foe won't be easy. Right now, Mountaineer GameDay is live across the Mountain State to preview Senior Day. West Virginia versus KSU. 10 teams enter. Only one will wear the crown. Who will rise to the top in college basketball's toughest conference? This season, the Mountaineers have grinded and battled to stay in the hunt for the NCAA tournament. Now, they'll set their sights on a different prize, the first Big 12 title in school history. The hunt for a championship in Kansas City begins Wednesday night in the first round against Texas Tech. March has arrived. It's time to do or die. Right now, Mountaineer GameDay is live across the Mountain State for a special edition preview of the Big 12 tournament.
Mountaineer GameDay is brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
More than 350 college basketball teams began their season with the same goal: make it to the NCAA tournament. West Virginia is part of that elite group in the field of 68 after rebounding in the second half of the season. The road to a title begins in Birmingham against a familiar foe. The Mountaineers and Maryland Terrapins go way back. Their first meeting, 1926. Nearly 100 years later, they're paired up once again at the Big Dance. Two teams with one goal: survive and advance. This is what players dream about. This is where legends are made. Tournament time is upon us. Let the madness begin. Right now, Mountaineer GameDay is live across the Mountain State for a special edition preview of the NCAA tournament.